Hello, friends. Right now, there are over 500,000 Americans about to lose access to their Social Security money, and most have no idea it is happening. On September 30th of this year, the United States Treasury will stop mailing paper Social Security checks to every single person still receiving them. That is not a proposal sitting in some committee somewhere. That is a signed federal order, and the Social Security Administration confirmed it on June 2nd. If you still get a paper check in your mailbox each month, or if someone you love does, the next few minutes could genuinely change everything for you. The rules around your benefits change each year, and almost nobody ever sits you down to explain what is new or what you need to do about it right now. That is exactly why this channel exists, because I break down these changes in plain English before the deadlines pass, so you are never caught off guard by them. If you have not subscribed yet, you should do it right now and turn on the bell, because people who subscribe stay ahead, and people who skip find out too late. Now let me walk you through what is actually happening, who it affects, what your 5 options are, and exactly how to protect your monthly payment today. Here is the first thing you need to understand clearly. If you already receive your Social Security money through direct deposit, then you do not need to worry at all. Your money will keep arriving in your bank account the same way it does now, on the same day every month, and nothing about that changes for you here. This entire situation only affects about 521,000 people, which is less than 1% of all 73 million beneficiaries in the country. But here is why it genuinely matters. That 1% includes some of the most vulnerable seniors in America, who depend on every single dollar to survive each month. According to the Federal Reserve report from 2024, 6% of all American adults are completely unbanked, meaning they have 0 bank accounts of any kind. And among adults who earn less than $25,000 a year, that number jumps all the way up to 22% with no checking or savings account at all. The AARP found that 1 out of every 5 households headed by someone over 65 is either completely unbanked or significantly underbanked right now in this country. These are not irresponsible people. These are people who were told decades ago that a paper check was perfectly fine and nobody ever came back to update them. Now let me tell you why the government is actually doing this. Because the reasons behind it are real, even if the timeline feels a little bit aggressive for some people. The Social Security Administration says that paper checks are 16 times more likely to be lost, stolen, altered, or returned as undeliverable compared to electronic payments. That is not a small difference. 16 times is a massive gap in security. And the government says electronic transfers close that gap almost completely for every beneficiary. The FBI and the United States Postal Inspection Service issued a joint alert in 2025 warning that mail theft-related check fraud is rising sharply across America. In fiscal year 2023 alone, mail theft led to $688 million in suspicious activity directly tied to stolen and altered paper checks. Meanwhile, the Treasury says it costs $3.07 to print and mail a single paper check, while an electronic payment costs roughly 15 cents to process. That means electronic payments are about 20 times cheaper, and across millions of payments each month, those savings add up to hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. So the math truly makes sense, and the security makes sense, but the execution has to protect every single senior who depends on this money. And that is where your options begin. Your first option is direct deposit, and this is the simplest path for any person who already has a checking or savings account at a bank or credit union right now. Go to ssa.gov and create or sign in to your personal My Social Security account. Then add your bank routing number and your account number right there on the screen. If you are not comfortable doing that on a computer, you can walk into your bank and ask them to send your direct deposit information to Social Security electronically for you. You can also call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213, and a live technician will walk you through the entire process over the phone. Your second option is for people who do not have a bank account and honestly do not want to open one. and that option is called the Direct Express Prepaid Debit Card. Direct Express is a MasterCard debit card sponsored by the United States Treasury, and your Social Security payment gets loaded onto it electronically on your regular payment date. There is no enrollment fee and no minimum balance to open the account, and you can use the card at any store or any ATM or any website that accepts MasterCard anywhere. To sign up for Direct Express, you call the Treasury Electronic Payment Solutions Center at 1-800-333-1795, and they will enroll you right then. You can also call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213, and they can help you enroll in Direct Express without needing to call a second number at all. Now, here is a shortcut a lot of people do not know about. The Direct Express program just transitioned from Comerica Bank to Fifth Third Bank starting in May of this year. If you are a brand new enrollee, your card will come from Fifth Third Bank automatically, so you do not need to choose a bank or fill out any extra paperwork for that. If you are an existing cardholder with a Comerica card, you should keep it because your current card keeps working until it expires, and Fifth Third will send a replacement beforehand. Your third option is the Treasury website called Go Direct, and you can visit it at GoDirect.gov to switch from paper checks to electronic payments in just a few minutes online. If you do not have internet access, you can call the Go Direct phone line at 800-967-6857, Monday through Friday from 9 to 7 Eastern Time. Your fourth option is for seniors who have never had a bank account in their entire lives and want to open one for the first time without being overwhelmed by the banking process. The FDIC has a free program called getbanked at FDIC.gov/getbanked, and it connects you with insured banks that offer low-cost or no-cost accounts for first-time customers. If you would rather use a credit union instead of a bank, you can visit MyCreditUnion.gov, which is run by the federal government and helps you find one near your home. Your fifth option is the one almost nobody talks about, and it is the most important option for the most vulnerable seniors who truly cannot switch to electronic payments at all. If you have a mental health condition or you live in an extremely remote area without access to any financial institution, you can request a waiver from the United States Treasury. To request that waiver, you call 855-290-1545, and a representative will walk you through the process and help you file it before the deadline passes. You can also print out Treasury Form FS1201W from the GoDirect.gov website, fill it out completely by hand, and then mail it to the address printed on the form. Now I want to give you the exact step-by-step checklist because I want you to be able to pause this video right now and take action today instead of waiting until it is too late. Step 1 is to figure out how you currently receive your Social Security. And if you are not sure, then sign in to My Social Security at ssa.gov or call 1-800-772. Step 2. If you already have a bank account, then set up direct deposit today, either online through your My Social Security account, at your bank in person, or by phone with the SSA. Step 3. If you do not have a bank account and do not want one, then call 1-800-333-1795 and enroll in Direct Express right now today. Step 4. If you want to open a bank account for the first time, then go to FDIC.gov/getbanked or MyCreditUnion.gov and find a location that is close to you. Step 5. If none of those options work because of a genuine hardship, then call 855-290-1545 and request a waiver before September 30th arrives. Now let me tell you exactly what happens if you do nothing at all, because I need you to understand that this is not one of those things where the government sends a reminder letter. Your paper check simply stops arriving, not late, not forwarded to a different address, not redirected somewhere else automatically. It just does not come in the mail at all anymore. The average Social Security retirement payment right now is $2,071 a month. And that means every month you sit without switching is $2,000 gone. Over 12 months of doing nothing that adds up to nearly $25,000 in payments that belong to you but that you simply cannot access because you never made the switch. There is no grace period. There is no automatic extension, and there is no phone call from the Social Security office warning you the month before that your last paper check is coming. So let me bring it all together for you right now, because we covered a lot of ground, and I want to make sure you walk away from this video knowing exactly what to do and when. The deadline is September 30th of 2026. That is 70 days from today. And after that date, the United States Treasury will no longer print or mail paper benefit checks. About 521,000 people still receive paper checks. And if you are one of them, you have 5 clear options that I just walked you through step by step. Option 1 is direct deposit through your bank. Option 2 is the Direct Express prepaid card. Option 3 is the Go Direct website. Option 4 is opening a new bank account for free. And Option 5 is the Treasury waiver for people who genuinely cannot switch. And you request that by calling 855-290-1545 before the deadline passes. Paper checks are 16 times more likely to be stolen. They cost the government 20 times more to process. And mail theft fraud hit $688 million last year alone. The switch to electronic payments is faster, safer, and cheaper, but only if you actually take the 5 minutes to set it up before September 30th comes and your payment simply stops. Now, here is my last request, and I mean this one sincerely. If you are already on direct deposit, then this video was not really made for you. It was made for you to share with someone. There is a grandmother somewhere right now who does not use the internet, who has been cashing the same paper check for 20 years, and she has no idea this deadline even exists. You might be the only person who can reach her, so please send this video to your parents, your aunts and uncles, your neighbors, or anyone you know who is still on Social Security. Post it on your Facebook page. Print out the phone numbers I gave you and hand them to someone at church, because 500,000 people need to hear this in 70 days. And if this video helped you at all, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss the next update, because the rules keep changing and I am always here to break them down. Thank you for watching, friends. Take care of each other, and I will see you in the very next one.